So, technically, we are currently burning into our 15-minute takeoff deadline
Right.
since people joined the server.
And we're already 15 minutes into the elapsed time.
It's already 9:30.
Are we?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy fucking Jesus.
It's okay. The important thing is I'm finally spooling up DCS.
Hooray.
All right, sorry about that.
All right, so we're joining the server, I take it?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Wait, where are all the... What the fuck? That's weird. The other the static aircraft didn't exist this time.
Did you change something?
That is weird.
Boopy.
Sting 1-1, Mongo's gonna have one of the crash rescue guys standing on top of a ground power unit.
Yeah, that was like that on Tuesday too. I just
Was
kind of
it?
rolled
Okay.
with it, like he was trying to get a better look at like everything going on or something.
He's like, whoa, look at all these aircraft, man.
Yes, the weed.
Oh, so that's fun. Why is someone spooling up?
You told us to go.
I didn't say spool up. I said you could connect to the
we
server.
could drop in and start spooling up and take a really long time doing it, and you said, yeah, that's fine, just wait for your flight assignments.
It's always been a thing, Rich.
Let's go.
And we got the flight assignments.
Literally said we could.
We're just ahead of the game.
We're just quicker than you.
French is getting
Whatever.
old.
So do we actually start or no?
I mean, fuck, might as well now.
What?
It's here.
Hold on.
This is not good. Okay. Holy oh fuck. Whew. Oh no. Okay.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Sting 2 checking in 161 in the red. Copy, leave Charlie in the red, Sting 3.
Sting 1 checking in 161 in the red.
Gotcha, 555 161.
Okay, that's not good.
And also, can we get encryption settings, please? Roger that, stand by.
Oh, no. I hope this ain't fucking broken.
And the knee boards are working. All players, encryption alpha.
Keeps not going okay.
Protocol 15.2. 111. Protocol 15.2. 111. Protocol 15.2. 111. Protocol 15.2.
What a discombobulated fucking nightmare this night is ended up being. Alright, flight check in on mids 3.
2, 3, 4.
Alright, outstanding. I had a bit of a discombobulation with my stick, so I think we got it squared away now, though.
Yeah, I heard you Hornet Ball 15.2 over and over again there for a while.
Man, what a mess. Alpha, Alpha. Sting 161 in the green, checking in. Yeah, it's been rough.
Sting 1 got you 555, 161 in the green.
Sting 1 flight, check in 161 in the green. Alright, push button 6 on COM 1, guys.
What's supposed to be on button 6?
250. If I remember right, we're using that as the field freak, right?
Do we not want to just use the actual field frequency?
What was briefed?
I don't think anything was briefed, but the actual... Oh, on the card it says it's 6250.
Request refueling.
But it's actually 327.
Request rearming.
Yeah, we'll go with button
Copy.
6.
Refueling complete.
Alright, flight, give me a go, no go ready for taxi. 2.
2's go.
3.
Go.
4.
4's go.
Sting 1 flight is ready for taxi.
Alright, 1, do you want to go ahead and taxi out since you're ready?
Wilco.
Rearming complete.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight of 4 F-18s taxiing from the southeast ramp to runway 03 right for departure, Nellis. And 1's rolling.
Dallas traffic, Sting 2 taxiing to runway 03 right for departure to Creech.
Alright, flight, we're going to do takeoff by section. So it'll be 1 and 2, and then 3 count 10, and then you and 4 breaks off.
3. By the way, do we want to do a time hack?
Yeah, I'll do that right when we go to roll out onto the runway. Alright. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight of 4 F-18s taking runway 03 right for departure by section to the north. Nellis. All players, this is Sting 1, time hack 155845 Zulu, mark. All right, 2. Run them up full. Run them up 80%. Brakes off. Ready? Now. Full mill. And burn. Whoa. And off the burner.
Had me worried there for a second lead.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's start coming left.
Now starting thing 2 holding short runway 03 right. Now traffic, thing 2 taking runway 03 right for departure to range.
It's a completely different feel with this setup. I'm reaching way farther forward than I'm used to, so it's like, oh, fuck.
Did you get a new stick or something?
No, I got a Fox mount set up.
Oh, right.
Noah's traffic, sting 3 flight 2, taxi runway 3 right.
1-6 mesh.
We're at 280, accelerating 300. Angels 4.5 rad out, heading 283.
Visual. We're at 330 and behind you, coming up close.
Roger. Once you and 4 rejoin, we'll pick up the pace and we'll plan to climb to Angels 25. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 is clear of the airspace to the west and changing frequencies, Nellis. Flight push button 4, COM 1. Sting 1 flight, check in, button 4 in the red. There's 2. This is making me have to sit up in the seat more. Looks like we're still going to be dealing with about a 10 degree crosswind up here. $1,000 to go. Alright, we're gonna slow it down Mach 0.7. Why am I not getting auto throttle? That button's working. Jeepers creepers. Auto throttle's bent. Guess we're doing that by hand today. Alright, there's 3 and 4.
Are you visual on this one? We have a mile in trail.
Yeah, copy. I was actually just looking over my shoulder and caught you guys on the other side of my fin. I'm visual. We're just gonna... Yeah. Oh. Lovely. Alright, Flick, go ahead, fence in.
Two's fenced in, 13.1.
Fenced in, 13.2.
4 is fenced in, 13.2.
Yeah, 1's fenced in, 13.2. Okay, once
Check
we...
light.
Say again?
Check lights lead.
Position off, strobe off. Alright, once we get to the, once we cross the waypoint, I'm gonna call out our most economic speed so we can get established in our grinder. We'll plan for 20 miles. We'll plan for 20 miles from the waypoint on a due north heading if I'm remembering the threats brief to be to the north. So once we get to the point, myself and 2 will turn to due north and reduce speed to most economic, which I'll call out over the net so we can all be on the same page. 3, you and 4 anchor at that point, standard rate turn, and when I'll call my turning cold, and then we'll execute a standard rate turn back to 180.
I think I understand.
Roger.
I just do a 180-degree left using the ADI for a standard rate, and then when I hit 180 degrees, roll out and wait for you to call it to do the exact same turn again.
Negative. Just a standard rate to the left at the waypoint, and just circle until we're turning in, or until we're turning cold. Then you turn hot. Looks like our max endurance is going to be Mach 0.58. Mach 0.58. 3 miles to waypoint. Let's start slowing down to that now. Don't have far to go. Why is my auto throttle so bent? It's never been like that. There it goes. No, there it doesn't go. Alright, 2. Gentle right-hander to due north.
2. You want 3 to just on left-hand over here?
Hey, firm. 3 and 4, anchor here.
3. 4.
I've apparently let some skills atrophy.
Okay, that looks to be about the standard rate on the thing.
2's contact, 12 o'clock, bullseye 345, 53, 35,000.
Last caller, what's its 1 green 5x5?
Yeah, I got him on data link, but something's pulling my radar sweep all the way to the ground.
Go ahead and get that figured out. I'll keep an eye out. And I'll call like 18 miles something.
This is an absolute fucking disaster.
Lead, I think that contacts their A50 mainstay.
Yeah, good copy. Oh my god.
One, that's the 20-mile mark right there.
We're still showing 18 nautical.
20 miles for me. I might have wandered off the point.
Yeah, two, I'm gonna have to figure this out when we turn cold. Alright, 1 and 2 are turning cold. Alright, standard rate to the left, too. Man, my jet is all fucked up today, man. This is nuts.
All your controls are messed up?
Yeah, my auto throttle won't set. My my radar elevation's going into the dirt, and I don't quite know why. Yeah, I am AFU to the max.
Oh, man. All you did was disconnect it and put it in the mount, right?
Yup.
That shouldn't be happening, but I guess it is.
Alright, 20 degrees. 10, let's start rolling out. Lead's cold. Sting 1's on station, western cap point.
What's the direction of the thing?
Of what thing?
The grinder, is it due north?
Yeah, I think the threat's gonna be oriented due north.
Okay, I may have pulled a small dump and rolled out on waypoint heading into waypoint 3.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was assuming that the waypoints were, you know...
Well, you know what assuming does.
Why is there an ARCP like 3 AOs away?
Presumably because that's where the tanker's supposed to be.
Fair enough. We're not that far off, maybe 5 miles.
Calling up the investors.
We're maybe 5 miles chasing.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 021 for 100 at 25,000 cold.
And there's the nails towards it.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 020
Yep,
for
one copies.
100 at 25,000 cold.
I've got something. What would that be? That would be 350 for 60. Bulls 350 for 60. Angels 35. Flanking west.
Roger.
4 season 2, agreed.
You want me to turn cold as soon as I hit 20 miles, Mongo?
Affirm.
2 miles to go. That contact looks like it's turning hot. It's now 65 miles from me. Bulls 350 for 60.
Roger.
And 3 turning cold.
And 1's turning hot.
Okay, just before I lost it on picture, it did turn hot on us. Last known is Bulls 350 for 60.
Magic 1111. Request bogey dope. 11. Magic 11. Bra 011 490 at 35,000 hot.
2, go ahead and scan up there, see if you can get him actually on radar.
2.
Lead's hot.
And 3's cold.
And 2's.
It's okay, 2, you're with me.
No, that's what I mean. I'm combat support.
Oh, Roger. I'm picking up what you're laying down now.
So, just to be clear, we're establishing this grinder from waypoint 2 and then 20 miles north.
Affirm.
Two's contact. Gorilla. Bullseye 35045 36,000.
Sting 1 flight's got a guerrilla group. Bulls 353 39.7 hot. Yeah, I got him too. Well, you know, as far as I can anyway.
Just out of curiosity's sake, are there supposed to be friendlies, like, the other side of the hostiles?
11. Magic 11. Bra 029 450 at 35,000
Probably
hot.
not.
I set my SA out to max, and there are
11.
guys
Magic
past
11.
the
Bra
hostiles.
035 450 at 35,000 hot.
That would be Stingray 3-1.
Yeah, these guys are within 40 miles of us too. 3, turn around to support. 1 and 2 will press. 2, take the lead because my radar's bent. Sting 1 committing guerrilla group 34722. Copy, Sting 2. Sting 1 will disengage.
Get it right, going back to point
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 043, 430.
Yeah, lead and 2 are turning cold.
5,000 hot.
We reached the end of our thing.
Toilet room 350, 16, 35,000.
This whole not having an auto throttle thing is fucking killing me. Oh, now the auto throttle fucking works. Radar's still bent though.
Sting 2-1, 530 times 2. Sting 2-2, Fox 3. Sting 2-2, Fox 3.
Alright, let's start rolling out. Lead's cold.
We're making a small left turn to like 350. I've put my course line on waypoint 2 to 360, and I'm getting us on that line.
Roger. What in the hell was I gonna do? I was gonna do something and then I lost my train of thought. What in the hell was I going to do? Right.
I see missiles in the air in the middle cap box. Oh, I just saw Stingray 2-2 die.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 005, 480 at 25,000, flanking.
Oh, that's very not good.
No.
1-1, Magic 1-1.
That's less than ideal.
005, 480 at 25,000, flanking.
In the middle cap box was a Hugs.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 005, 480 at 25,000, cold.
Say again, 3?
Right. I was gonna say there's a flanker at 25 miles closing, but I think it's mutual now.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like it just dropped off a data link. Two, let's start coming left and work our way towards that course line too. Second.
Pop up. 2 ship, maybe a 3 ship. Bulls 340 for 70. 3 ship. Mach 1 hot.
Roger.
Angels 24. 70 miles from me.
Roger. Go ahead and press 2 and I'll turn around and support. Alright. Let's go 2. Don't forget to do the commit call over the big voice. What's your smash 3?
280 and rising. I'm going for them.
Copy. Alright, let's push it up too.
Sure.
Three, we're visual on you, 20 miles, you're 6. 2, what's your fuel state?
2 is 10.5.
Roger, let's light the cans. Three, I'm Telly, your contacts on data link, Bulls, lead group Bulls 32950. One Spike 29, 11 o'clock.
221, protocol 14.8.
I swear that wasn't me. Say again, 2.
How's it rate?
Roger.
Hit both 3 and bolting.
Alright, out of the burner. 1 and 2 are supporting. 1 0 miles south.
I'm going full burner and going straight south.
2, go ahead and prosecute. I'll support you. Sting 1-1's defensive.
Two is escape.
1 skating south 200, heading for the deck.
I have missiles, so I am bolted.
Four is recommitted.
Lead, what's your attitude?
I'm 7,000, right on the deck. Looking for you, don't see you.
I'm high, Angel's 21 descending, probably your 3 to 4 top.
Roger, visual you. Yeah, I'm way below you. I'm coming up. Let's turn around and support 3 and 4. I'm full burner, hard left turn. Climbing up. Sting 1-1 recommitting.
Two defense.
Sting 1-1, Fox 3, close. Sting 1 defensive. Oh man, is this one bad? Anybody from my flight still alive? Yeah, I think Chatterbox, and that's fucking it. 'Alright, let's see. Sting 2 respawn. Sting 1 respawn. Okay, so they all just took respawns. Alright, let's take 2. Me and 2 are back up in respawns. Two, 1, you up? Do I have control again? Yes, I do.
2113, appreciate it. Got back to me on catwalk.
What a fucking mess.
Yeah, lead, I'm rejoining on you. I'm a little bit to your northeast.
Copy 2, I'm tally you on data link.
I'm visual off your 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, genius. Yep, visual on you. 4, visual on you. 3, no joy on you.
I am 12 miles, 180 from you.
Roger. We'll turn around and collect you.
I nobly ran away and got some help from people with more missiles than I have.
There is no shame in a tactical retreat. It's not even a retreat, it's just advancing in the other direction towards reinforcements.
Exactly. I did get a A9 kill though.
Nice. I don't know if the one AMRAM I fired hit or not. I doubt it. The good news is, in this jet, I have control over my radar elevation again.
It's always a bonus.
What is Joker?
What's what now?
Joker or Bingo?
5,000.
Sting 1-3 Joker.
Roger. Sting 2, Sting 1. Roger. What is our fuel plan? Are we planning on hitting the tanker? Or are we doing one iteration and heading back to Nellis?
It really depends on your full time. The tanker's just there in case we wanted to go to it, but it's not an objective. We're going to spawn one more group to try to get rid of, and then RTV.
Copy. Sting 1 out. 3, I'll leave it up to you. If you want to RTB and then those of us that died hilariously will give it another go. Or we can RTB as a flight.
I'll stick around until Joker, like 3,000, and Bingo even. And I'll just avoid the burnout.
Yeah, box your meat like I was on Tuesday night, last man standing.
He's much faster than me, okay? I had to use burner crying.
Roger, we're 6.8 from the cap point.
Yeah, I'm almost settled.
Ah, good to go. I'm gonna start working our speed back down to something that makes a little more sense. We'll do the same plan as last time. Me and 2 will break off towards the north, and then you anchor, and then when we turn cold, turn hot.
Understood. 18 targets,
I too.
right?
Say again, 3?
Speed target still 5-8.
Roger. It's honestly probably a little bit lower for you, but I'm willing to bet it's not significant enough to make that much of a difference.
Yeah, 5-2.
Oh, okay, that's a little significant. We're gonna dogleg somewhat to get onto our course heading.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra, 359, 4100 at 25,000 knots. 1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra, 358, 4100 at 25,000 knots. 1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra, 358, 4100 at 25,000 knots.
1's got a guerrilla group, 33875.
Two, same. Do we want to climb? These guys are at 30,000.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Sting 1-1 committing, Guerrilla Group, Bulls 33867. 3, we're committing, turn north to support. We're gonna climb up, probably Angels, 2-5 might be all we can manage at this fuel load.
3 will do one of those things.
Oh, that's what the burner's for.
That's fair. Actually, let's go into burner. All right, 2, sort.
Trying to.
We'll plan for 30,000. Copy.
Magic 1-1, Bra 359, 450 at 26,000 knots. 1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 001.
2, I'm gonna sort the guy on the right. You get if you want to get the guy on the left. I can't get the guy on the left on radar.
2 sorted left.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 351.
Roger, 38 miles. Let's stay full mill.
35,000 knots.
2, come downhill a little bit. You're still conning.
470 at 25,000 knots.
There's a spike. Wait, almost to our max.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 023, 470 at 26,000.
Alright, leads our max. Sting 1-1, Fox 3 long, 31437, cranking right. I think my missile just got trashed.
019, 450 at 35,000 knots.
2 is pitbull and skate.
One's turning back in, cranking right.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 002, 411 at 20,000 knots.
2 recommitting.
1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 024, 450 at 35,000 knots.
Sting 1-1, Fox 3 short.
026, 445 at 35,000 knots. 1-1, Magic 1-1,
One's cranking left.
030, 450 at 35,000 knots.
One's bonsai.
1-1, Magic 1-1, pop up 004, 47 at 7,000.
Splash, she's going down. There's one nails out here though. One nails 29, my 6 looks like.
That's all down that lane low, about 9,000 here, 3 to 4 o'clock when I'm
One's blind, heading for the deck. Heading 170.
Two, contact another group, bullseye 353, 43, track south, 36,000.
Roger.
Commencing that group.
3 visual on you. 3 visual on you. I'm gonna come around and work a rejoin behind you to support.
Two's going cold, rejoining.
Say again, 2.
Going cold, rejoining on you.
Copy. Three, 4, you're conning. One's tally, 3's bandit on data link, 3.6. Three, 1's 5 miles, your trail supporting.
Cranking left.
Copy.
Sting 1, Sting 2, you guys are committing on our target.
Copy, Sting 2, Sting 1 disengaging. So that must be what that 29 nails on my 6 o'clock was when I turned cold. It was their group.
Yeah, I got a little trigger happy myself. I saw that data contact within a couple miles of you, and then you talked about the spike, and then I saw them way out there.
3, I'm working my rejoin on you. 4, I'm visual on you as well, my 1 o'clock low. Oh, Chatterbox.
Just FYI, 4's half bent with this plane.
Copy, 4. We're going to be RTB anyway.
Hey, Brad.
2, spike 29, 5 o'clock.
I'm clean, willing to bet it's bleed through.
Yeah, it just went away. And I'm your 7 to 8 o'clock close.
Roger, visual. That was a pretty cool desync, Chatterbox.
What do you mean?
You dipped like an EKG. Go ahead and roll out on 180 and come down Angels 29. 3, sorry.
I just hit bingo. I'm gonna follow F pass on RTB. That's okay with you. Because we're quite far away.
Roger. Yep, that's fine. And 1 is now spiked to 29.
4 same.
He went away.
Yeah, I don't have full 60 right there.
I will say, this last engagement was a lot better than
100%. 2, 4, what are your fuel states?
2 is 9.6.
4 is 11.1.
Copy.
What's your smash lead?
Tree 8. All players. Sting 1 flight is outbound RTB. Go ahead, fence out flight.
Two is fenced out 9.4.
3 fenced out 2.9.
4 fenced out 10.9.
And 1's fenced out 10.7. Alright, we're going to head back to, well, Box, you do what you got to do. Go ahead and go direct Nellis. 2 and 4, we're going to head back to the cap waypoint, and then from there we're going to turn to the Nellis take-in. Alright. Boy, was that rough. Whew. That's, at least the second one went better. Went a lot better, actually. There he is. Alright, yeah, he's heading direct. Just make him out up there. Alright. Say again last for Sting 1. Copy. Go for Sting 1. Flight push button 6. Whoops. Flight push button 6, comm 1.
What happened?
I transmitted over the AWACS channel.
Oh.
At least it didn't give out any sensitive information over it, like a frequency or anything.
True. Box, what's your fuel state? How you doing?
I'm at 2.8. The fuel gauge has stopped moving now that I'm at 43,000 feet and Mach 8's full.
Roger. So it sounds like you're gonna make it.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a problem. F-Pass OP.
Outstanding.
I'm actually above the con altitude.
I noticed that.
I'm your, what is that, 10 o'clock? 9?
Yeah, I'm not quite visual on you anymore, but you were on my left side last time I saw you.
Yeah, you see me visually? This is SG-13.
Yep, I'm visual on you.
Hi.
Hi. I want you to know I feel a little weird after that.
Taking a rejoin and then we're in RTB.
Sting flight check-in button 6.1 in the red. Alright, I'm showing 52 miles to LSV mark.
27.
Come on, 4, we gotta Stingrays this formation up a little bit.
Copy that. Sorry, I was heads down. I'll catch up.
No worries, good to go. We're still admin crews right now, so.
A little harder to fly formation when you're asymmetric.
Nothing a little trim won't fix.
No, just gotta figure out what trim to set it to.
Sting 2, Sting 3, Sting 1. No Sting 3. Okay. Roger, Sting 2. Be advised, Sting 1-3 is breaking formation. We are 3-5 miles from Nellis. And Sting 1-3 has a fuel emergency, so is going to be going straight in, direct emergency landing. Three will kind of just fly the pattern until you're down.
Two's got the field in sight.
That checks. Alright, 2, 4, let's start heading downhill. I'm gonna come down to just above idle.
Two sliding right from formation.
Godspeed, 3. Now that's a formation, boys.
See, when you say that, I'm going to want to turn my head and look, and then I'm going to take my eyes off of you.
You're just gonna have to trust me.
Very well.
Look at that.
Yeah, you slid into that slot really nice, too. Just saying, I was watching.
Yeah, this feels kind of familiar from the other night.
That's what she said?
About familiar or sliding into the slot rooms?
Yes?
Hey, firm. I will say it's funny. Go ahead.
We do got to get down a little faster, so I'm going to go full idle and put a little bit of the boards out. You guys go full board. Nellis traffic, Sting 1, flight of 3 F-18s, 11 miles to the southwest, inbound to land, runway 21 right, or 21 left, Nellis.
Like I was saying, though, it is kind of surprising how comfortable that we've all gotten. We're able to crack jokes and everything while flying formation now.
Testimony to how far all of you have come.
Amen.
I'm gonna be honest, I like flying on the knitter, but I'm gonna be glad to get back to the boat.
Same.
Same.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1 is 298 for 17 miles, descending for full stop landing, runway 21 left.
Sting 2, I think you're trying to be me.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, let's pull the boards in. Nellis traffic, Sting 1, flight of 3 F-18s, crossing midfield for downwind, runway 21 left, Nellis. Let's see if we can make a 3-ship landing work, eh?
Okay.
Nah, that's probably stupid.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2 is going to come around to Jensen Hill to get rid of the bags. We are way too heavy.
4, since you're on the outside, do you want to switch over to the other runway, or do you want to try and land and trail behind us?
I'll land and trail.
Okay, incidentally, gear down, flaps down. Nellis traffic, Sting 1, flight, turning left base, runway 21 left, full stop, Nellis. We are a little heavy.
I'm going to be about 2,500 feet in your trail lead.
Copy. We'll just do a trail landing then. As long as we're all on speed, it should actually work out fine. Nellis traffic, Sting 1 flight, short final, runway 21 left, full stop Nellis. Hey, 2 or 4, check your radar. Someone's still got theirs on.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2, 11 miles north, inbound for landing, full stop 21 left.
One's on the brakes in the center.
Two is going to be able to turn off midfield.
Roger. One's going all the way to the end, just for deconfliction.
I think I busted my nose wheel.
Are you not able to turn, I take it?
Hey, firm, I'm off the runway, but I cannot turn.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1, 2, clear reactive at Bravo.
Nellis traffic, Sting 1-1, clear of runway 21 left at Alpha, Nellis. Alright. Get that radar off.
Box, is that you speeding along there on Delta?
Yep.
Or excuse me, Golf.
Yeah, I landed 03 because that's what the con said to do.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2-1 to the brake. Sting 2-3, braking, braking, braking. Nellis traffic. Nellis traffic, Sting 2-4, in the brake.
Well,
Oh, hi, one.
Hi, 3.
I've been taxiing so long, we're like parked up, even though I landed first.
You had a very long way to taxi.
Did.
What's funny is, you and 2 are going to be in kind of a Mexican standoff.
27 miles fuel state.
Oh, 2, why?
2, hold position and wait for 3 to get into his box.
I'll let Box get in the box.
Good man.
Nellis traffic, Sting 2-3, right hand turn for final. Nellis, runway 03.
There we go. Jet put back where I found it, with considerably less munitions. And fuel.
Very nice.
Nose traffic, Sting 2-4, turning final for 2-3 left.
Another thing I miss about the boat, I really hate how wide this thing turns when you don't have NWS high on.
Okay, so
All you have to do is hold your, all you have to do is hold the nose wheel steering button down.
I know.
why were Cobb and Hotspur like 160 nautical miles away? They were past the KC-130 North.
They were doing some specific one-on-one training.
Nose traffic, Sting 2-1,
They're too good for us.
Am I the only person that lived?
This time, yeah, I think so.
It's not the first time.
Nose traffic, Sting 2-4, exiting active on Bravo.
Yeah, Lead, I love how you call it out. Did somebody have the radar on? Which was me on short final, so I scramble and try to turn it off real quick.
I mean, to be fair, that should have been off during your fence out.
Yeah, I'll just keep on trying to remember that.
That's what the weight on wheel sensor is for, Mongo.
Exactly.
Nose traffic, Sting 2-3, crossing 2-1 left on Alpha.
This is the part of the stream that's boring, because while I'm waiting for everybody, I'm just mapping controls.
Nose traffic, Sting 2-2, turning around base. Running 2-1.
Oops. Oops.
Let's joust.
Right, I do think... Up, down, and then MPCD contrast? Oh. No, that's right.
Nose lost traffic. Sting 3, flight of 2, coming up initial runway 3, correction to 1.
Beautiful.
Left.
All right. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. We're good, we're good. All right, let's switch over to the debriefing, I think.
Realized that our grinder direction was north, and so I thought the grinder direction was waypoint 3. Waypoint 3 was actually where the tanker was.
Oh, okay.
So for the first, 5 miles, I'm going, 040. But I fix it. What I did was I put a course line on the waypoint we were starting from, and then I just put ourselves back on that course line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In most circles, what Box did, I believe, is called a whoopsie doodle.
So I'm like, this isn't so bad. I'm just gonna, nice gentle nudge, and then I see a missile trail. I'm like,
Yeah, it was probably less than ideal.
Yeah, I actually got chased down by an R-20, by an ET at, I forget what altitude I was at least 25,000, full burner, and got chased down by a fucking ET.
Holy shit,
one
Box.
joined in formation with me, and I'm just like, that doesn't seem friendly. Dump flare button.
I got to watch one rejoin on me, and by the time I realized what it was, it hit me. That was fun.
My death was stupid and avoidable. I realized an ET was coming at me. I dumped flares and I pulled.
Oh, that's
up.
cool.
I pulled up instead of down, and I ran out of speed.
This missile evasion is probably my favorite missile evasion I've done. A notch and 3 flares, and the missile's instantly defeated.
Nice.
Was that flare or chaff?
A chaff. Yeah, no, it was chaff. I'm happy.
I mean, it was close too. It went stupid quick.
It did. Second, I heard the missile warning and just dump flare, jink, and missile defeated. And then this is the guy that I was like, I have 1 AMRAM, and he is faster than me. Looks at SA page for nearest friendly. Help. Oh yeah, wrench calls dive down, so I immediately hit the deck, and then I see 6 AMRAMs out of my cockpit. I rejoin back up, and then we do the same thing again. This one goes much better because I know what direction the grind is supposed to be.
No
kidding.
Is there a way to limit 1 per launch per trigger pull? Because for whatever reason, my jet likes to launch 2.
AMRAM?
You may have button 1 and button 2 on your trigger. You remember you got a 2-stage trigger?
No. Yeah. It's not that. That's just either super sensitive, which I think is what it's happening. But it's if I pull, it'll go whoosh, whoosh. I'm like, god damn it.
Oh, gossip, you're gonna break your spine.
Hey, Wrench, what's the thing in TAC view to make it 3D view?
You mean
It's one of the buttons on the bottom of the airplane.
Okay,
looks like a glow.
There we go. Yeah, it's the airplane. You're right. Yeah, I was stuck in 2D top down. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Are any of you guys still in the server?
I'm just watching.
I jumped out.
Okay. I am out now.
Goodbye.
And I'm out.
We're Gossip and Cobb.
Gossip just landed. He's about to turn off. I think Cobb's down. Just waiting for him.
All right, cool. I'm gonna pull him in.
Raj.
This engagement is just like the Benny Hill theme.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
So how was I the only guy that came out of this alive? Just luck, I guess, and
I screwed up on my defensive here. You'll see it in a second. I decided to go vertical upwards instead of downwards for my shot. But
Yeah, Cobb, I pulled you guys over so we could get the briefing going because I'm like very much at the end of all.
Oh my God! How many streams do we have going? Why? Why?
If it's any
Actually, not-
consolation, I'm not streaming on Discord. I'm just streaming on Twitch.
I think from here, what you want to do is you want to start pulling up. You want to roll inverted, then dump the flares, and then like dive like to 2 feet AGL.
yeah, I just brain dumped.
I think that's probably the only thing that's going to stop that AT. But you basically turned it into the missile.
Yeah, I know. My brain was
Good job.
I completely
almost
forgot
killed him
TAC
fast
View
enough.
shows. I completely forgot TAC View shows where you're looking now.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Yeah, but I flew the whole thing looking at my crotch.
Cobb.
Because I had an itch. What? Sorry.
What button is that?
He'll be
that
back.
Shows...
I don't know.
That's all right. Next time when the ACLS drops, Chatterbox is going to fly the whole thing remoted into his PC.
Man, talk about input lag.
Oh no, Chatterbox is the king of autopilot.
I mean, I was doing like all of this grinder stuff on autopilot. When I say I fixed this offset by using a course line, I mean I turned on coupled mode. I turned it on. Where is it? Like here? No, it's the next. It's the next one.
Yeah, when the jet starts to turn.
Yeah, I turn on coupled mode like there. I think it is.
All right, Cobb, can you kick it off?
There's a lot of missiles in the air in this engagement.
Cobb, are you alive?
Is Cobb still flying?
No, he's out.
We're done.
Whoa. Okay, cool.
Is that my cue to start the debrief?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
3, 2,
that's
1.
why.
Hack. Flight leads. Mongo, go.
All right. So, first of all, I was late. I apologize. Had some setup issues that persisted for a good portion of the flight, as a matter of fact. But really, outside of everything leading up to the first engagement, actually went really well. Broken airplanes notwithstanding. The check-ins, radio check-ins went fine. Getting out of the field went fine. Rejoin on the way to the cap point went fine. Nothing to talk about there. We got our grinder set up pretty quick. Like Chatterbox said, he had misinterpreted our cap track. But he got that fixed. He got him and Mayo back on the correct line very quickly. So there wasn't really much of an issue there. So the first orbit, there was nothing there. I really kind of just spent the first orbit getting our grinder set up, and then I spawned in our bandits, our first group of bandits. And it just so happened that they were screaming in at Mach infinity, apparently right from when they spawned. So Box calls up over our flight channel that he's got a guerrilla group heading hot on us at like maybe 80 miles and they're supersonic. So I told him to go ahead and press, and that myself and Zap would support. And the whole time, I had some bug in my aircraft where my radar elevation was buried in the dirt. And I spent basically half of the first orbit heads down, trying to get that fixed and trying to figure out what exactly the problem was. And I never quite did get it figured out, to be honest. But Zap's radar was fine, so Zap was really the primary on that entire first leg. So Box and Mayo, they pressed. Zap and I slotted in there 6 o'clock. We lit the cans to catch up because we were about 20 miles in trail. So we were kind of in a bad position to support, if I'm being honest. But Box and Mayo engaged. They didn't get shot down. Myself, as they turned cold as they skated as part of the timeline. About that time, Zap and I were about 25 miles from the bandit group. So Zap launches. I was desperately trying to finagle the controls to get something so that I could lob an AMRAM downrange, just to give him something to think about. But that didn't happen. I ended up getting locked up and launched on. So that's when I called defensive. I knew that Zap was skating left. But I dove for the dirt and lit the burners. And then somewhere along the line, pretty much when I thought I was in the clear, I turned back to the right to try and reacquire my SA, and that's when I saw a speck forming up on me, and it took me a second to realize it was a missile. And that smacked me.
Ow.
Yep. Yeah, I got to watch a ET rejoin on me. That was fun. So I'm not entirely sure what happened during the next 5 minutes because I was dead. But spawned back in. Chatterbox is the only one left alive. And Mayo and Zap both spawned into aircraft again. We got the grinder set back up after we rejoined. And spawned another group in. And we pressed on that one. And this one went much better than the first one did. The first one was pretty foobar. But the second one went really well. And we were able to stay on the timeline. To make a long story short, we were able to stay on the timeline. The radio calls were good, so everybody in the flight had SA on what everybody else was doing. And none of us got shot down in the second iteration, and all 4 of the bandit aircraft were splashed. So second engagement went well, and then Box had that fuel emergency and split off to land at Nellis, and then we landed about 2 or 3 minutes or so behind him. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it for my flight leads perspective.
All right. Wrench. Sting 2.
Yeah. So as far as the cap grinder and stuff went, I think that was pretty smooth. Bookworm posted a screenshot of our tact view in the screenshots channel. That kind of demonstrates the point. You know, we had the usual sort of guys, you know, well, I say guys, I got a little bit distracted here and there and would screw up the timing by a handful of seconds. But other than that, the cap grinder went pretty well. As far as our engagements with the bandits, ETs definitely remain a serious fucking problem. And that's the kind of thing that we just have to spend more time dealing with those. That's not an easy missile to deal with. So the first iteration, 3 of us got shot down, and then, you know, so we respawned, rejoined. Rejoin went reasonably well. And then did a second iteration, and that time I think we all got shot down. So ETs are not fun.
I survived.
And then, oh, yeah, that's right. And then when we did our RTB, because we had just respawned, we were like super heavy. So we actually did a flyover of Jettison Hill. I think it was Jettison Hill. If not, it was it was close to Jettison Hill, because you can't see the IPs in the Hornet, unfortunately. But so we overflew that to dump the tanks, and then did a landing. My landing was fucking horrible, where I misjudged the turn rate. So it was definitely a go around that I forced into a landing. You know, just for time considerations. But I can let the other guys speak to their landing. But long story short, I think the cap grinder stuff went really well, at least. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, for Gossip and I, we were not in the fight. We went out and worked on some just basic maneuvering and rejoins and formation stuff, and I walked them through all the formations. So not much to say on my end. I'm going to turn it over to God, let him for us.
Yeah, okay. Had a little bit of a snafu at the beginning, trying to get off the airstrip. I just decided to fly in VR today. So I've been trying to push that the last little while, and realized that my binding for resetting my, I don't remember what the term is, but basically the thing that recenters your VR, I also have that bound to my paddle that does brakes on my stick, and so I managed to completely reorient my view and then crash into the back of yeah, there we go, right there. So we just respawned in air and went along with our day. And as Cobb mentioned, we basically practiced kind of rejoins and flying in formations and the different patterns and stuff, because I've had a lot of trouble with that. So that worked out really well. It was very useful for me, because it's hard to kind of punch that in while you're doing the other stuff. So we just basically flew around doing that for quite a while, and I had a couple of good little small eureka moments with that in terms of how to kind of rejoin in relatively quickly without maybe overshooting like that. So that was very good practice. We practiced some turns. Still a little wobbly. It definitely pointed out, I mean, 2 things for me, which is that I found it much better to try and do that in VR than on my flat screen. Because the depth perception really helps with kind of understanding what, you know, whether you're gaining or losing on the other plane and stuff like that. It's actually easier to acquire, seems like, VR. Then we turned around and did a return. We kind of talked through. We were at 12,000, and Cobb pointed out, well, at this speed, at this altitude, we're going to be 13, 14 minutes. We can climb and punch up to Mach 0.88, and kind of cut that in half. So we did that, and then did an approach. Cobb took back into lead, and we landed. thought the landing was going to go badly for me at the end because I kind of was coming in a little high, but was able to sort of figure it out and Satan had pretty clean landing, all things considered, compared to Tuesday. So overall, very happy with it. We didn't do any engagement stuff, but frankly, this was probably more useful for my skill level at the moment right now, just to get a little more dialed in on sort of the formation stuff, because that's what I was basically not in formation the entire time on Tuesday. So this was good, very good practice for that. I think it also, the second thing it pointed out to me is that I probably need to do some more tweaking with my flight stick, because I still get quite a bit of oscillation going on in terms of oscillation, and some of that's probably just bring it. I think I need to play around with it a little bit. The springs might be a little too heavy.
Yeah, like I said, just go up to a tanker, plug the basket, just to take a session and do that, just to adjust your stick. And you got the three things. You got the physical springs you were talking about. You got the DCS curves and linearity that you can play with. And then if you, I don't know what stick you're using, but sometimes they have their own software. So yeah, play with that. Tanker's a good place.
It's a VKB gunfighter. I think I'll try the curves and the software first, maybe, because like the spring swapping is a huge pain in the ass. So
the springs, I find for me, the springs are simply a matter of feel. You just find that setting that feels right, irrespective of how the game is reacting, and then I use the software to react in the game, such that
I think I probably do need to mess the springs, because I put in double 50 pounds on both directions because I put an extension on it. And the thing I think is probably bad is that it ends up feeling, it doesn't feel like, I don't know what the term is. It's not, is it 4 degrees of free? Basically, it feels, it wants to go forwards and backwards, and it wants to go side to side. And if you're talking about diagonal movements, it can be a little weird that way, because there's a lot of pressure going one way or the other. So,
and that's just a function of a sim stick. Yeah, they all have that. Well, the Thrustmaster doesn't, but it has its own problems.
I mean, if that's pretty much what happens no matter what, then maybe I won't worry about it as much. I wonder if that's part of the.
Yeah, it could be.
It's easier to correct like up and down in a line and left and right in a line than to try and introduce diagonal in it. And it's not as prominent if it doesn't have as hardcore springs on.
Okay, so yeah, working that. I guess once more around the room for the wingman. Line for who? Samaga, you want to run through your flight?
Yeah, Zap, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right. Things I thought were gonna start smooth on takeoff with Mongo. I thought he was about to eat shit, and because he on our takeoff there, I'm climbing up. I see him start getting lower on takeoff. I'm like, oh, I think I'm about to watch a man die here. But he recovered. We went out to the range, no problem there. Our first iteration of the grinder did not go so well. The three of us respawned. And that second one was Chef's Kiss. Me and Mongo, we didn't plan this or anything, but we both fired around the same time and cranked at the same time, but we cranked in opposite directions. So it just turned out that we both recommitted shortly afterwards once we were clean, and we just kind of pinched in on the last guy. Mongo got the shot off first before I could get him, but it ended up working out really well there. And really, all it just kind of came down to for me is continuing to push not the boundaries, but just what I'm comfortable with when it comes to formation flying, and just tighten down little details and everything. But it's definitely clicking a lot better, and I feel like that went better than the other night, even though I died this time. But that's all I got.
Okay, Box, you and your section.
I kind of talked over what we did, but I think we did pretty well. Obviously, I didn't die, so that's a plus. Takeoff was really easy. The rejoin was. I didn't know that ATC can't actually use full mill. So I was in ATC thinking we were like, this is just the max power that we got, when actually I disengaged ATC and realized I had some more power yet. which is why we spent about the entire ascent profile like a mile behind them. Set up the grinder. Everything looked fine on paper until I realized that Mongo was going one direction and we were going a different direction. But I fixed that using a course line. And our grinder looks really good, apart from the fact we're like parallel by 5 miles.
Well, but that's going to happen when you're doing standard rate turns at that speed. You're going to cover a lot of ground. So the 5 miles lateral separation isn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. And I think it still worked quite well. We were still close enough that like the bandits were going the same direction. First engagement was just sort of missiles and explosions and wingmen dying everywhere I looked. Mayo had a bunch of issues with his radar. I don't know if you ever got those fixed, Mayo, but
no, they kind of got worse towards the end of the flight. But I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna step on you here. You're good.
That's fine. So first fight, I fired an AIM-9, AM-120. No idea why that doesn't hit. That seemed like it was in all the parameters. The guy wasn't even really evading. The missile just sort of gave up. Aborted because I heard not one but 2 missiles on my EW, and I'm like, death approaches. So I like drop tanks, full burner, time to leave. I see all the wingmen go past me. I turn back around. I do the exact same thing again. It's like, death approaches, time to leave. I see this AT, which normally means I'm about to die, but for some reason, dumping half my flares actually worked. Decided to go a little further this time, and then I got another missile launch warning. I think this might have been bleed through. I don't actually see a missile there, but I got another missile launch warning, so I evaded. I saw 2 bandits. I went to go for this guy. I saw him fire the ET, heard the not the ET, the ER, heard the missile warning, and did probably my favorite jink I've ever done. The missile somehow is immediately defeated by this. I don't know how that works. At the same time, I kill that guy with an AIM-9. At this point, I look at my SA, I see nothing but hostile around me, and then I see Wrench's flight like 100 miles that way, so I'm like, alright, time to go on a road trip. So second cap fight thing, everyone else respawns, I join back up, we do the exact same thing, except this time it goes way better for... I really don't know why the second one went better than the first one. I feel like we did the same things, it's just coincidentally this time everyone on their side died. And then I had the fuel emergency, so I just F-passed to Nellis. That's basically the whole flight.
Nice. Mail.
So first iteration, my radar worked. I just dropped the lock right before I was able to fire. And then I started getting the missile warning, so I went defensive. Tried to recommit and then died going defensive the second time around. On the air spawn, I don't know why, but half of the buttons on my DDIs stopped working. Just like the upper buttons. I could see them being pressed in sim, but they didn't actually do anything on the DDI, and I couldn't change sensor of interest. And my HUD seemed to be stuck with displaying the AIM-9, or not the AIM-9, the AMRAM like visual cue. But it wouldn't change from that, and it wouldn't lock anything. And that's just kind of how that second iteration was for me. And then we RTB'd, and I had a very harsh landing that broke my nose wheel. So that's about it for me.
You did terrible things to your airplane to dodge all these missiles, but like,
what the fuck am I looking at?
You still succeeded, though. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I think I need to get a little bit better at going defensive. That was not very clean.
It was
Yeah,
violent.
everybody. When you go defensive, everybody has a technique that works, and you just got to go out and practice it and decide. You know, my technique is roll over dead, dive for the ground, hope the thing hits the dirt before I do. You know, and it's not 100% successful all the time, but you know, you'll have a game plan. You'll go into the engagements with a game plan, but it is something you have to practice.
Well, my flight.
Oh, you're flipping back.
Oh, I'm what now?
Now that screen flickering is giving me a seizure.
Oh, that's not me, that's Box. I guess my flight, any quick reattacks before we turn it back to COD? Okie doke. That's all we got.
All right. Wrench, want to roll through Sting 2?
Yeah. So there was one other thing I wanted to mention where I was keeping an eye on like our range to each other when we did the cold hot swap, and we were right about 15, 16 miles every time, which ended up working out almost perfectly from a timing perspective. Where when we committed on our bandits, by the time the first group is going active and turning away, the second group is at our max. So that worked out really well. And we also, so it was the second section that went, that committed first, because, you know, they were hot when they entered that range. And then we went burner and climbed to, I think it was like 32,000. You know, just put in a relatively banal climb, but, you know, full burner to try to come up to tactical airspeed. And that little bit of extra altitude coming up from 25 gave us that little bit of extra range on the AMRAAMs. I think was worth mentioning. So from the timing perspective, the grinder definitely works. So those 30-second straight legs are, you know, definitely where it's at. That said, I'll turn it over to Ion, number 2.
Did okay on takeoff, flying up to waypoint, getting into the grinder. I felt like I was actually anticipating things, and at that point, my decision curve started. I started falling behind things, and I felt like for the rest of the flight, I was reacting and getting further and further out when I was trying to rejoin. Did get a couple of missile shots off. Went defensive before they did anything worthwhile, so trashed the missiles. I actually managed to survive the first missile encounter. I'm pretty sure I watched one of the ERs fly right in front of my nose, maybe 50 yards. Didn't survive the second encounter. I turned to follow my lead. Didn't have SA on a bandit that I turned right in front of. He shot an ER right up my tailpipe. So that ended it for me. Respawned, rejoined. It ended up coming around for a landing that I did my best porpoise imitation. I think I floated 3 times over the runway before I finally just set it down. Didn't break the plane. Managed to stop before the last taxiway, so any landing you can walk away from. But I wish the first 1 or 2 would have actually gotten on the ground. So, like I said, I need to work on getting my decision point, you know, a little bit ahead of the curve. Right now, like I said, I get task overloaded and start reacting, and it gets further and further behind. So, practice. I'll get there. Is this thing on? That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
My turn.
Okay.
Mongo, can you switch to my display on
Are you
Discord?
streaming? Yes, you are. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, like Wrench said, like Grinder was working out really well. Rejoin and getting out to the range was pretty straightforward. I don't think anybody would have any complaints on that. Whenever we turned around from being cold to being hot after they pulled their crank, like Wrench said, like his timing was perfect to where they were in the crank as we came hot, right? So we messed up. I took the majority and I had Book take the third, right? So I was committed on the two that were engaging the other dudes for support here, and I left him for the number 3 guy. But the problem that occurred when I did that was that I'm now taking bait against him, and Book was too far in trail to kind of like execute for me in that manner, and I should have taken the closer target solely because of now I am his number 1, right? So that's on me. That then pushed me well within Mar. I kept going stupidly and decided right here I was in a bad place, and he had already launched on me here as well. So lesson learned on that one. And then on the second engagement again, once we got the rejoin going, we got into the grinder. Everything worked out well. Oh, we helped box as well. Again, our track was pretty well laid out until Wrench called too early of a turn, but that was okay. It actually ended up working out okay. It still allowed us to pursue okay here. I saw a missile in the air, so I knew I had to just get my time on target, and then I called abort for number 4, which we did, and you can see we both took the 180, flowed south, let the number 1 and number 2 come in for the execution on our side, which worked out really well. This guy evaded 5 AMRAMs, I think. So this guy is the most lucky dude in existence. He missed my first target. He missed Book's first, second, third, and fourth. So you can tell that they really have fixed the AMRAMs. Once we flowed south, we came back around to recommit. He was so low that whenever I saw this missile, I thought it was surface to air, and I thought it was coming at me given where I was. And so I just did a hard brake to get out of the way. And yeah, everyone else kind of died around me. Mongo, the errant radio calls were trying to get back to you all, but those guys had like already respawned. So I was trying to get towards like you guys if they weren't going to respawn, but they did. So I just disregarded and moved back to them. We did a rejoin, and then RTB'd. I had a pretty good overhead brake, I like to think. Yeah, that's it.
Just remember, you don't have to outrun, you just have to outrun your wingman.
I definitely outran him.
Advice.
I definitely outran him. And yeah, it's not good advice at all.
No, not at all.
No, but I think props to Book for sticking on the wing, even though I was kind of all over the place for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
And Wrench made us do a right hand brake to then come in, and it felt so weird. So weird. Like we should not be doing that. Yeah, we should not be doing that. That felt horrible.
Yeah,
But you got it
called,
sometimes.
I call the right hand brake because there's those mountains on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, by standard, you do everything to the left in airplanes, but sometimes you have to do it to the right.
practice.
Yeah, it just
Wow.
felt so weird. But ended up working out okay.
All right.
Hello, Pops.
So, yeah.
You still
My
watching the debrief?
My own comments is we got into the grinder. It was sweet. It worked. We all died. And that one jet took 3 of us out with ETs. So I was like, damn it. And that first engagement. I was behind. I got a little slow. And got behind Ty team kill, and so yeah, I was like, shit, I don't want to shoot until I get nose around them. And I was just watching those numbers come down. I was like, oh shit. I launched and I pulled and I died. And then like the second engagement, I just went kind of bloodthirsty and wanted to blow something up and accidentally rifled off 2 AMRAMs. Was like, damn it. And I zoomed in to see where they were and I could see multiple missiles. So I went defensive and I got a nice heater shot off one of them. Came up under him and heatered him. He blew up and then I blew up by something. So we got a little squirrely there on the second one.
Oh, you desynced. That's what caused your 2 rifles. See it? At least that's what may have happened because it's
Yeah.
showing on. Look at your lines.
That might be weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'll pull it's happened before where I pulled the trigger and it just goes swoosh, swoosh. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm down to 1 missile. That's half my payload. But yeah, I turned back in.
Yeah.
I got that. There he is.
Yeah, there's
Got
your
him. I
1.
could see his rivets. It was sweet because I wanted to. When I turned in, what I was seeing was up against the sun, or I was like, that better not be an 18. And then once I got the full silhouette, I was like, oh shit, yeah. And then the fucker got me.
You missed this by 22 feet.
Hell yeah. It was fun,
Bookwork.
but
You're not supposed to fly formation with missiles.
That's not a friendly?
No,
Don't you
our
see the
missiles
red
start
color?
with aim.
But it was kind of nerve wracking when you zoom in, and that's when the contrails pop in, and you just see like 2 or 3 of these missiles head towards you. Wow, okay, I'm dead. But yeah,
I think that's the record.
I mean, it's a record if you survive.
I mean, you survived this one.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you definitely did. This is one you survived.
Nice.
Well, where's the one that killed him?
Oh.
Yeah, it was that
Aw.
one.
So much for that record.
And record denied.
Rockstat.
I found the
Yep,
missile that
for
almost got
sure.
me. I did see it fly in front of me.
Yeah, but it was a little bit further. You're wearing at
Yeah.
22 feet.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't tell how far it was. 230. Yeah, it's further than 22.
Yeah.
You can control right click the missile, Ion.
Roger that.
And you
This
can
was
press
fun.
and hold. You can press and hold middle mouse, and then
Yeah.
move the mouse left and right to scrub time.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
am half passed out, so I am going to dump off if debrief is over. One more time around the room? Anybody?
Not for me.
Bar's open.
All right. The bar is open, and I am out of here. I will see y'all down the road.
Hi, buddy.
See you, Cup. Have a good
Yeah.
night, man.
See you, man.
All right.
And do what?
So, so
I'm gonna
you
jump out too,
control the
guys.
left click view. All right, see you, buddy.
See it.
Control.
All right, so everybody who tuned in to watch, I appreciate you. We all do, all the Stingrays. I didn't do a sign off on the last one, but hope you enjoyed. Sorry, my everything was a little bit foobar. I'll try and keep getting better as time goes on. But to Team Kills Dad, sup? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And to everybody else who tuned in, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Next flight night, every Tuesday and Thursday. Gonna try and consistently stream them for you guys. All right. See you later.